Hi, everyone. Welcome to this week's edition of What's Driving Token Prices. I'm your host, Katie Talati, Director of Research at Arca. For those joining us for the first time, I'm responsible for analyzing and identifying digital asset and blockchain opportunities for Arca's funds. As part of our research, my team and I examine token prices and market events that act as catalysts for price change. Based on our research and market events over the past week, here are some notable token price movements and what we think drove these moves. As a reminder, this commentary is not intended to be investment advice, investment research, or an investment recommendation. Please consult your investment professional for your own circumstances. Well, we have another crazy week, right? Between just the basic news of like UBS buying Credit Suisse after Credit Suisse going under, being only bought for what, $1 billion or $3 billion. The whole thing has just been insane when you look at the traditional world. It is no wonder that Bitcoin has continued to rip. What else have we had? Within the crypto landscape, there's been some drama. The DeFi Llama team has seen some drama in terms of potential split there. May have been resolved. There was a Twitter thread on it today. And then I think probably some of the two biggest events that have been in the last week is first is Ethereum set a date for the Shanghai upgrade, which will enable withdrawals. That's coming in April. And Arbitrum announced their token airdrop, which is happening this week on Thursday. So keep a lookout because things are happening and popping. But for you this week, guys, I got some specific tokens to talk about. So as I mentioned, Bitcoin has been pretty much the number one outperformer in the market. So we're going to talk about actually a few underperformers this week. So starting off, we've got Helium. So Helium is the decentralized wireless network. They've really been underperforming following an announcement from Binance US that it would delist Helium on its exchange. So Helium was once one of the hottest Web3 projects. It saw a ton of hotspots based in it also had a lot of its hotspots based in the US. So it kind of makes sense that cutting off US access to trading the HNT token could potentially be a huge problem, and maybe why the token sank on the news of a lot of people were looking to get rid of their assets before losing access to be able to trade it. The interesting part, though, is that Helium is still listed on the Binance International Exchange, so that's there for now. They're also expected to complete their transition to the Solana blockchain next Monday, which is another big piece of news that kind of came out a few months ago. We'll see if this maybe helps the token price recover, because as of now, it's down 41% for the week. Okay, next we have Lido. So Lido's the decentralized staking provider. They took a big hit last week, announcing that they're going to be delaying the launch of their V2 upgrade. The V2 upgrade is specifically to enable withdrawals when Shanghai happens. So basically, just because Shanghai on Ethereum goes through, it doesn't mean that any protocol built on top of that will also have that same functionality. So Lido has separately had to go through and create their own tech update that will be compatible with Ethereum's withdrawals. So they announced that they're going to be delaying the launch of this. So even though Shanghai is happening in April, as I said, they're going to have to push off their V2 upgrade until about mid-May, they said. So the team actually released a post. They explained that they're undergoing about 7 different audits on the V2 code, and they just don't expect the results to be in the patches to be done until mid-May. A reminder, Lido is securing so much value right now. They have about over 30% market share in terms of they have over 30% market share in terms of staked Ethereum, just regardless of provider. They're the number one staking venue. And the big worry is that, yeah, if something goes wrong, that's 30% of the locked Ethereum that could go awry or something bad could happen. Not to mention, because it is decentralized, it could affect so many different users that have staked with Lido over the last 2 years almost. So we're all in favor of taking their time and making sure code audits are perfect and things are doing really well. But with this announcement, Lido did sink 13% on the news. It just means that for anybody using Lido, they're going to have to wait longer to get their money out, and that can definitely be a difficult pill to swallow. All right, last up, I got a double edition for you guys. So if you weren't aware, the Game Developer Conference is happening this week in San Francisco, or GDC, and it's had a very large crypto presence this year. So Layer 2 protocols, Immutable X and Polygon announced on Monday at the Game Developer Conference that they're going to be partnering together to launch the Immutable ZK EVM platform powered by Polygon's technology. Okay, so what does this mean? So basically, as I mentioned, Immutable and Polygon are both layer 2 protocols. They're very focused on the gaming ecosystem. They're like, that's been like their bread and butter. They've really wanted to, grow that. Specifically, Immutable though is definitely built for NFTs and gaming. And I mean, I guess until now, they've been very much competitive with each other. This actually, I think they're trying to marry like the best sides of their business. So Polygon is going to be introducing their tech. And reminder, a ZK EVM is basically a zero knowledge proof that is compatible with EVM apps. So it requires like no recoding of smart contracts, unlike some of the other, solutions that are out there for layer 2 scaling. So the cool thing is that Immutable's is going to be partnering with Polygon using their technology, but then they're both going to be funneling games to this ZKAVM platform, which is super cool. I basically said, it's bringing two powerhouse gaming protocols together, and hopefully will open up more Web3 gaming to more game developers and studios. As a reminder, Polygon is expected to launch their ZK EVM on mainnet mainnet beta next week. And then already the documentation for building on the Immutable ZK EVM is available as of yesterday. So very cool stuff. Interestingly enough, though, neither of them really reacted that much to the news. Polygon, I would understand not as much, just because it's very much a large cap, great token. They do a lot of partnerships. They're actually down 3.7% for the week, but Immutable has hardly reacted to this, up 7.7% for the week. Anyway, keep watching what's going on at GDC this week. I'm sure there's more announcements to come. But that's all I have for you guys this week. Thanks for joining. I hope you enjoyed our insights. Tune in here again next Wednesday at 1 p.m. Pacific to hear what's driving token prices.